How are you, Magic?
I'm doing good. I just told him I saw him on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
He a star.
Ebro, I knew it would pay off.
Listen, we have our brother Cypher Sounds in the room. He's getting ready to DJ some time ago. What was it, 14 years ago, Rosenberg?
Yeah, the passing of Big Pun back in 2000.
One of our favorite hip-hop MCs passed, so we're going to do some music for him. But first, we wanted to sit down with you and have a real in-depth conversation on this here National Black HIV and AIDS Awareness Day.
Yeah.
This is something that you've been on the forefront of for how many years now?
22 years.
22 years.
Yeah, 22, and been blessed. But I've been taking my meds, doing what I'm supposed to do, having a positive attitude about it as well. Because you think it's a death sentence when you find out. You're saying, man, I got this devastating news, and I thought the same way until I met a young lady named Elizabeth Glazier, and she changed my mindset about it. And she said I was going to live for a long time, as long as I took my meds and have a positive attitude about it. And so now I've been out trying to educate the black and brown community, because it's really important that we educate ourselves about it.
What do you think it is, our community, black, Spanish people, what is it? Is it poverty? Is it the economic situation? Is it our lack of education that causes us to be inflicted by this monster more than other communities?
Well, I think it's a combination of all those things, and I think that also we think that it can't happen to us, because we're strong, all of us, me.
Magic, I've been out here in these streets rolling dice many a night thinking it can't happen to me.
Right.
I'm blessed that it hasn't.
Right.
But I know in your day you probably thought the same thing.
Same thing, and that's what happened to me. I thought it couldn't happen to me, and so I lived that lifestyle, and having sex with a lot of women unprotected, and so this happened. But thank God that I jumped on it early, and early detection actually saved my life.
So Aura Quick is one of the people bringing you in here today.
Right.
What is this Aura Quick?
Well, it's a home HIV and AIDS test, and what it is you just put a swab in your mouth. Now those who are afraid to go to the doctor or don't like needles, you can do this in your own home, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, by yourself, with family members, whoever, and find out in 20 minutes your results.
But Magic, how accurate is a test like this?
It's the same test that the doctors use, so it's very accurate. So I wouldn't be trying to tell people to do something if it's not close to 100% being accurate. And then if you find out and you want to also retest, get another test, like I did, when I first found out the devastating news, I said, I can't believe it. I got to take a test again.
Right.
I retook the test and had the same results.
Now, is this something you could purchase at any drugstore, or you have to get it from your doctor?
Yeah, CVS, all drugstores have it, about $40. And a lot of people, again, don't want to go to the doctor, afraid of needles. So now you can take a HIV and AIDS test right in your own home.
I wanted to ask you, if you go back 22 years ago to that fateful day, and I remember it so well, I'm a lifelong Celtics fan, as you can tell by accident.
What? Disrespect this man. How dare you?
Total accident. So I'm a huge Celtics fan, but as Magic I know knows, there's a huge amount of respect in that rivalry. That I love Magic. I grew up loving Magic also. And I remember that day going to Hebrew school and hearing on the radio that you had the press conference to announce this. At that moment, your life changed, not only that you were afflicted with this disease, but that you then became basically the poster child.
Right.
I mean, you are the most famous person to ever have HIV. What, just personally, has that become now? It obviously was such a curse then, but has it almost become a blessing in a weird way?
Yeah, I've been the blessing and the curse for HIV. I've been a blessing because we were able to get the word out, educate people, especially in the minority community, and then also the minority community must do what the gay community did. They band together and they brought the numbers down in their community, and where we're still thinking again.
Hard-headed.
That's right. That it can't happen to us, and won't listen to the information, and so now the numbers continue to grow and climb in our community, and we got to change that. So, yes. I've been the curse and the blessing, because people look at me and say, oh, if I get HIV, I can be like Magic. No, that's not the case, because the virus acts different in all of us. So if you get it early enough and early detection, yes, you probably can live a long time. But if If they find out later and it's the stage of age, now there's not a lot people can do for you.
What's your current life expectancy? Do you expect to be around here and live out a full, complete life?
Oh yeah. I'm almost healthier now than I've ever been.
Well, and around us, we in hip hop and in the hood, we're always like, Magic's cured. He's got the cure. Talk about it. Like, what are you doing? Is it just the medicine, or are there other things you're doing?
I'm working out, eating right, and then, like you said, I'm not cured, but it's just laying dead and sleep in my body. So the medicine suppresses it. So it's been a blessing. But it's been people who live with this for 30 years, 40 years, longer than I have. But they found out early, and they jumped on it early. And then last point I want to make, if you find out, please continue to take your meds, because a lot of us do well, and then because we're doing so good, we stop taking our meds, and then that's when trouble comes. So I've been able to make sure I stay on my regimen, and that's been very important. And then the last thing, I'm not on any magical drugs, because everybody think, oh,
magic. Of course you are, sir. You're magic. You have
they
magic.
Gave you magic.
You have it. Whatever it is, you've got.
So the meds you take, regular people, if they were to get it, would take the same thing.
Exactly. The same 30 that's available to them, I'm on 3 of those 30. And
how many a day? How many pills do you actually have to take a day?
Only 3.
3 pills a day?
One time a day. Now, when I first announced AZT was the only drug, I had to take that 5 times. I had to take 5 pills 3 times a day. Back 22 years ago.
Did you see Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
It was cool. It was cool.
I mean, it was about that movie's about HIV and AIDS in
Matthew
the
McConaughey.
in the
it
80s,
was cool.
a little beforehand.
It was cool, but I tell you what, that was a good one. But it's been some documentaries that was even better than that.
Really?
There's a lot of people here in Harlem and Brooklyn that's made some really incredible documentaries about it. That's been in this fight a long time, and so I can turn you on to some real docs that are really, really even better than that.
Wow. Okay.
Cats is gonna be driving around with boxes of this Oral Quick in the back of the car
To give it to
you telling me it's only 20 minutes here. Run this before we go out on a date.
Yep.
I need to, because I've said for a long time, you get so afraid that you're like, you want to ask this of people as soon as you meet them sometimes. Like, you really fall in, and you're like, wait a minute. You got is there like a card you could carry? Maybe I'll swab you with this Oral Quick real quick, get this answer.
And you're right.
You know what I mean? Before we go to this movie, hit this Oral Quick.
Yeah.
By the time we come out of the movie, we know where we're at.
And we'll be fine. I can either drop you off or we can go
And
home.
we'll be good to go.
And you're right, and that's where we are, and especially with young people, because the numbers are rising in young people, man. It's been tough for them, and so we're finding more numbers, their numbers rising than it is really our age group or you guys' age group, because I'm older than all of you
older.
guys.
I'm about as old as you, man.
No, you're not.
So,
You're close.
And
he looks better, but you're not.
He looks a lot better than me.
He's on it. He's on it, man. He's a movie star over here. This is my boy.
Listen, your son's on a reality show. How you gonna get on me on being on a reality show?
Yeah, how is that? How you dealing with your son being on a reality show?
Well, you know what? I'm good with EJ. EJ is. I don't know how he became the man. This young guy. He's got it together. And when he came out and announced to the world he was gay, he was so confident, and we love him to death, and we support him. And then these shows started calling, and I'm glad for him, because he said he only signed up for about 4 or 5 shows.
Oh, okay.
And he said, Dad, I'm going to eventually have my own show. That's why I only signed up for 4 or 5 episodes. And right now, everybody's calling him to have his own show because he's done so well.
Were you surprised when he made the gay announcement?
No.
But that's something you've known for a while.
We had known for a long time. I was just, he didn't tell me he was going to do it. That's all. I was like, well, at least let me know, because my phone started blowing up, But we love him. EJ is, he's a man's man, and he's doing his thing.
Yeah. I mean, he's on the program. He got the scarf on, and he's sashaying and shantaing.
Well, he gonna do what he gonna do.
Wait, hold on now, real quick. I think it's an interesting conversation. At what age did you and Cookie start to be like, I think BJ's probably gay?
I think we noticed that probably about 10 or 12.
Right, that early, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so, but you got to find out. And so once he said, Dad, this is who I am, I said, okay, cool.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, just because we don't see black fathers and hear these stories of having to, because we always try to act super macho.
Right.
Yo, if my son does that,
Right.
I'm never going to talk to him again.
Right.
And you
Right.
hear a lot of the negative stuff
Right.
from especially black men because we're over macho all the time. But I'm proud to see this, right?
Thank
And
you.
I think, we deal with it a lot in hip-hop where we have people, our loved ones, who do things that we don't quite understand.
Right.
That's maybe not something we're into. It's not a part of our cultural background or our religious background. We shun them instead of embracing them and making sure they're loved. We dealt with some of that stuff here.
Good point.
And I'm proud to see that.
Thank
and I
you,
think,
man.
And it's just a good step in the right direction for our community to stop being in denial because there are a lot of gay black men.
Yes.
And we shun them and make them feel ostracized instead of.
And that in turn just makes the problem with HIV worse as well. It makes
Exactly.
everything worse.
It really does. And so, when you think about like now the black church is starting to change embrace and so things are changing. And this young man has really changed a lot of the, not just black young men, but also all colors because he's good with him. And so he's gotten so many letters and text messages. Man,
People look up to him.
Yeah, because he said, hey, this is who I am, and I'm good with me, and so you're going to have to deal with me like this.
You're no longer with ABC and ESPN, correct?
Right. I got too much business going on.
So you just said, are you now out of TV currently? You'll just.
Out of TV, just doing business now.
He owns the L.A. Dodgers.
Oh, yeah, you got the Dodgers.
Yeah.
More movie theaters still? Is that still?
No, well, I sold the theaters, but
Theaters
I was
are gone.
happy. The theaters are gone. The Starbucks are gone. I just bought the L.A. Sparks just this week.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So,
Will you ever venture into owning an NBA franchise?
I think that would probably be a next move. We'll look to that, as well as the NFL coming back to L.A.
Get the Pelicans.
Oh.
Change that name.
Yeah.
Change the name.
It definitely got to change
That's
the
the
name.
worst name ever.
We can't make no money off that name.
Pelicans? That's what we doing out here?
I know. Can you see brothers in the hood wearing
The
that?
Pelicans? The Pelicans? And so, are you going to try to get my Oakland Raiders back to L.A.?
Come on, man. Come on. Look, you looking at me, right? I can't give you the answer, but you looking at my face. You know what the answer is.
Now, if the Oakland Raiders go back to Los Angeles, we must first tell everyone to calm down. Because
Yes.
when them essays and them brothers get up in that stadium, we need everyone calm. Oakland's bad enough.
As an Oakland fan, you'd still be happy and root for them the same way if they were in LA?
Absolutely. I rooted for them when they was down there with Bo Jackson and everybody.
Look, you stay a Raider fan. I'm a big Raider fan.
That's right.
You don't
Talk about it.
You don't say I'm done with the Raiders. When you Raider Nation, you stay Raider Nation. But I tell you this, we want a team. The Raiders are big in LA.
Yeah.
People don't understand. There's still Southwest flights that go up to Oakland on
Just for the
Sundays,
game.
Just for the game, packed with people with black and gold.
Oh, of course. Now,
Black and silver.
Black and silver. Excuse me, I said the wrong.
Used to
All right,
saying
black
gold,
and silver.
purple and gold is a different
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Now, speaking of purple and gold,
I've turned my back on the Lakers.
It's funny that you're getting him all hyped up because he's also a lifelong Lakers fan who now refers to the Nets as his Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah,
So I just want to know, as the godfather of the Lakers, how does it feel to see a defector like this right in front of your face?
I'm deflecting too. I'm going somewhere else.
Brooklyn Nets! Brooklyn Nets! Magic Johnson's a Brooklyn Nets fan. You heard it here first.
I blew up in my face. I can't be losing. Look, I can't be losing either. You know,
Listen,
this got me down.
Magic, I didn't want to get into too much NBA politics talk because I know you know the inner workings.
Right.
The way they've handled the coaching situation and the player situation at the Lakers is something that Dr. Buss would have never stood for.
Exactly. No, you're right. You're on it. And you're on it. And they're going to have to get back to the Laker way, right? And make the good decisions on coaching, personnel decisions, who to bring in as a Laker. And that's why I told them just the other day that I'm going to start recruiting players because we got about $30 million of cap space this summer. So we can add some guys, but we just got to add the right guys to get back to a championship organization.
Are you bummed out? I'm a little sad. And like I said, I'm a Celtics fan. As that, I respect the Lakers so much and our history. I'm a little bummed out to see Kobe's recurring injury situation. I know obviously you and him have a relationship.
Yeah.
Is it a bummer? How's he mentally about the fact that he's been it's been rough the last few
Well,
months?
I tell you what, any superstar, just like myself and Michael and Larry, when we start getting older and those injuries stay longer, your body don't recover as fast as you used to. You start getting frustrated, and I'm sure he's frustrated because he wants to play. He loves the game of basketball, but I recommend to him sitting out, let his body heal all the way. This team is going nowhere right now. Rebuild, get ready for next season, get you some more help in terms of talented players, and then take a run for the championship because they just signed him for 2 more seasons.
So go give it those 2 years and then maybe call it after that.
After that, because, look, even if he comes back, the team still won't make the playoffs.
No.
That's right.
So rest your body, Kobe. That's what I tell him.
Magic Johnson's on the Hot 97 Morning Show. You heard him. He's a Raiders fan.
Oh,
Fall
yeah.
back.
You've heard him. He's
All the
defected
way
from the
back.
Lakers like
To the
Ebro.
Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn. Look, you still own the building over in Brooklyn, yeah? You still own the clock tower, right?
I got 5 buildings in Brooklyn. I got the Williamsburg, the bank right
That's
there.
right.
As well as I got 3 other condos and rental spaces over there.
Wow.
So you might as well
Makes
come
sense.
coach in New York at some point.
Well, you already got Jay Kidd on one side, Mike Woodson coaching the Knicks on the other
right
side.
now. Mike Woodson's here right now.
Yeah. Well, first of all, they got to really try to keep Carmelo here. That's the biggest thing.
Because he might be a Laker, I'm hearing.
And would that be a good move, you think? You think Melo to LA would be a good move?
We need talent. He's talented, man. And you got him a free agent. You got LeBron will probably opt out. You got Chris Bosh is going to probably opt out, be a free agent. So you're going to have some talent out there. Now, it's up to them what they decide to do. Now, he's going to lose like 30, 40 million by not signing with the Knicks, though. That's a lot of money.
But he wants a ring.
Yeah, no
and
question.
his clock is ticking.
No question. And in L.A., you can make up a lot of money. But I hope that he stays here and they build a championship because they need him here. But if he doesn't decide to stay in New York, L.A. will be waiting.
Well, someone called up earlier and said, can you please ask Magic if he'll coach the Knicks? After looking at you in person, I think they should have you coach and be point guard. My personal.
They look horrible. Well, you know what? I'm too old right now.
I don't know, man.
I can get out there and coach them in practice and everything and before the game.
Would you ever coach?
No, man.
That's not your thing.
I want to own. I don't want to coach. I just want to own things.
Well, how did you? I mean, we see a lot of NBA players that make a lot of money and don't transition.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a lot of people who don't understand money and ownership and economics. When did it click for you?
Well, I've always wanted to be a businessman, but when Kareem's agent stole all his money, that changed my mindset right there. And I would hope that everybody in hip-hop, everybody in the entertainment world, everybody in sports, especially us of color, we have got to learn the value of a dollar, money, how to save, how to invest, not just become the artist anymore. And we're seeing that. You see Jay-Z, you see Diddy, you see a lot of them owning their own labels and lines and things like that.
Hell, Jay-Z's a sports agent and has some phenomenal players on his roster.
You see, and he's building it. And that's what we need to do because we're smart. We can do all those things. So I'm happy to see we're changing our mindset and not just being a talent, but also being owners too. And so for me,
you've been in the forefront for that, though. By the way, since the Pepsi deal all the way back in the '90s, you've always been in the theaters.
Well, I wanted to change our mindset because we can own, and so I've opened the doors for a lot of those guys, but also too they're paving the way for the next generation behind them, and that's what it's all about. And we all come together and do things together. It's funny, every time in Europe in the summertime, I see Jay-Z and Beyonce on their yacht. I see Rihanna.
Of course
on
you
and on.
do. Of course you do.
So it's crazy.
He's the Magic
I
Man.
almost passed out on a yacht south of France. Hey, ho. Hey, B. How much money you got?
Y'all want to count money later?
Magic Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Today is National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. It's Black History Month. This is a very serious epidemic in our world. And we appreciate you coming by to take the time out. Man.
Well, brother, this is a joy for me to meet you in person. You know, And a lot of times people are hyped up when they meet me, but I was hyped to meet you, my dog.
Yo,
So,
Hold on, hold on, real quick.
been rolling.
Magic, please.
No,
Just-
no.
His head is already big. Why are you
that's
doing this,
okay.
Magic?
You know what?
We're never gonna hear the end of
He
this
played a hell of a role on there. I
That's
was kind of nice when he got everybody right
so
over
tight.
there.
I'm so
You know?
tight that Magic watches Love and Hip Hop right
These haters can't hold me back. These haters can't hold me back. Listen, whoever brought Magic Johnson up here today, I owe you dinner, tickets to whatever you want. What is it, Aura Quick? Listen, buy truckloads at CVS and wherever it's available.
Hey, Magic,
just to be prepared.
Magic, what an honor to have you. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you, man. And you know what? We used to go at it in the day, the Celtics and the Lakers.
I want you to know, as a Celtics fan, at least all true Celtics fans have nothing but love for you. That's
No.
You're the god.
Hey, look, there was nothing like getting off the plane. I hope I got 2 seconds.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
You're Magic Johnson.
So we get off the plane in Logan Airport, right? And we come in. Everybody is in Celtic shirts, right? So, Magic, Larry's gonna kill you. Gonna kill you. So we walk through the airport. We go down to the baggage claim. The baggage dudes wouldn't even get our bags for us. You're Lakers. We're not going to get your bag. So we had to get our own bag. We get to the bus, right? We get on the bus. The bus driver got on a Celtic shirt, right? We get to the hotel. The people all checking us in, Celtic shirts. I've never seen a town, so in love with their team like the Celtics.
Listen, that team, especially during that time.
Oh, man.
That's what made that rivalry so special.
Well, we made each other better. Larry Bird made me better. I made him better. And that's what it was all about.
But you got 5 and we got 3.
Well,
And
Talk
it's-
about
That's
it.
true. You
Talk
got 5.
about it.
I didn't want to say it to him. But
I'm realistic, y'all. That's why Magic is who Magic is.
Because you used to dust them off. I remember my pair of Converse weapons, son.
Me
I used to
too.
hoop
I
in
had the
those.
black, you had the purple and yellow.
Me.
those was in the day. That was it. Those were
If
the
my
joints.
father was still here right now, he would be like, son, you made it. I'm meeting my childhood legend.
Thank
you
you,
for
brother.
everything you've
Thank
done
you.
for everybody,
Thank
whether
you.
it's sports related, business related,
Thank you.
and all of this. We salute you, sir.
God bless everybody. Thanks for having me.
Magic Johnson, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen.